So this is going to be Story Kids. If you're watching the edit, it's gonna be up there. And today we're gonna take a look at all of the pre-debut MVs. So let's switch over to scene 2. Now you can see the music video a lot more because this is not going to be a normal reaction. So we're starting off, of course, with Elevator. So one of the key things about this is that we're not just looking at the visuals for clues, but we're also reading the lyrics. I decided, in the interest of visual things, to focus entirely on songs that have videos of some kind. They may or may not be actually like MVs, but in fact only this one is. But the other two performance videos, I say focus on those. In the future, when there's going to be the street versions, I'm not going to show those. So Life's at the Bottom of the Rock clip, Walking in a Dark Tunnel. This obviously begins with references to the show itself and all the things they did before the show to get that chance. But what's important to start here is that this also sets up where Scary Kids are at the beginning. And it is a dark tunnel. Let's see. So you're doing this cold, dreadful day alone. They feel like no one's around them. This is emblematic of the setting of this place, which I'm calling hell, because they reference getting out of an elevator to hell. But as you notice, there's some things here, like some desks and chairs. Like here, you can see some ruined chairs and such around. Meanwhile, though, interestingly enough, the outside is bright, so it appears to symbolize that they think that the outside world is going to be a lot better than this one. And they're sort of right. The hallway. No map that's going to relate to... That's going to come again in the Stray Kids version, Broken Compass. But it also, at this point, references back to the original Broken Compass. So, no map to tell you the road is right. So there's no way to go up. I've been through is a maze. That'll come back a few times. What I've been through is a maze I never want to get back to. There's no way to go up. So this is about how they wish it was as easy as taking an elevator out of hell. But there's no way to go. And this is symbolizing the fact that they feel trapped. And it's going to take them a long time for them to realize that. How to get out of that. I'm covering myself, shedding bloody sweat instead of bloody tears. So this is a play on the concept of putting your blood, sweat, and tears into it, which is, in this case, they were talking about how they're fighting past the sadness and are just effectively exhausting themselves on this quest, which is gonna come back to bite them. So they say everything is, this is all gonna pass. Want success, you have to go through failure. Which is all true. Yeah, by the baits. Huh. I always thought it was bullets. They're taking it, they're absorbing the pain and such. And that person left too. I'm wandering around with my exhausted wings, passion temporarily folded. So this is going to reference Young Wings later on. The fact they're exhausted from fighting. Reach out their hand, there's nobody to hold it. So they haven't even though they're in this MV together, they haven't really found each other yet. The Stray Kids have not found each other at this point. They still show up together in the MV because of course they have to. They're going off writing my pain, my tears. So they're believing that the system itself is controlling what's going on here. And that the people in charge are looking to take advantage of them. This symbolizes them getting out of hell. If there's stuff I've already covered, I probably won't pause and talk about it and just let it play. I previously was going to skip it, but I can decide in editing if I want to do that. no one really cares about me. So again, this sort of feeling about being trapped in the system and not being able to find anything. Just give up on your nonsense dreams. So this is on one level is talking about them becoming idols, because for a lot of people that is a nonsense dream. But as we'll see later on, this system they're in is about telling young children that their dreams are nonsense and that it's worthless, which is something the Stray Kids themselves are very much against. So their words give up on hitting my ears. Let's jump back to that. It's because of the fact that he has become resistant to it. He doesn't hear them anymore. But even so, he's not doing well. Covering up the sky called hope with the hands of the people beside him. That's basically everyone telling him to stop. Everyone telling him to stop is the problem. And we should see here in the dance moves that all the other members are covering it up. I do not believe this is representing the members themselves. I believe this is being a symbol for it. And if this song used backup dancers, it would totally be the backup dancers doing the hand covering. Praying myself to hold on to save myself from insecure. So there's still a lot of anxiety about what other people think of you at this point. Technically, if it's crazy or not, I'll be somebody clouds even if I make it through. People are going to laugh at them for doing this and being foolish kids, which is to be expected for someone who's breaking the rules. That's what you're going to be. Stop trying to be a singer. That's talking about someone else trying to force them into their role, which comes up a lot more in their debut trailer. But we're not going to cover that today. I've already discussed these points, but they do the thing I think they switched vocalists here. This is something they'll do a lot more later, and that could possibly perhaps symbolize the fact that they're becoming one whole, rather than 9 separate kids, with one of them leaving to just live in LA. I don't know why they have the shot of the pushing the button to hell. They're already in hell. Also, I love the little thing where the H is actually a helipad rather than hell. Trying to find my elevator. So it's sort of something that they came up with. I'm going to find out where the exit is. So, despite the fact that there seems to be no sign that there is an exit, they are going ahead and diving into it. So they're going up. They're escaping this. They're escaping the right path, leaving the road ahead. So they are not going to let what happened in the past define them. And this is at the very end of the song. It goes into a defiant thing, saying, "Yeah, my life sucked, but I'm not going to let it stop me." Forget those previous moments. Though everyone around them doesn't believe in them, which also means that they are unprepared when this happens. That the people around them do not realize that Stray Kids is becoming a force, and they're going for it. Take the hand and take me to the penthouse. Penthouse can always be a great thing, but there's also some things with Penthouse and Great House and that sort of stuff. This might not be in the original, might not be intention of the original Korean, but I'm going to say it anyway, that sometimes that's related, the big house and that sort of stuff is related to jail. It might be reflecting that they're willing to take extreme risks. Probably not, though, as I don't think those connotations exist in Korean. But so, and then there's this shot. They're in a strange new world, which they eventually get to something that looks kind of similar by the time Levanter comes around, which might mean that's the end of an entire arc, but who the fuck knows? But what is important is the red hellish city and how they're upside down from it, which is representing in a way that this is all a metaphor, that they are all that they are being able to step back and look at the city from a new perspective. But yeah, it's Gur in the Korean title translates out to Law of Total Madness. So let's begin and start breaking it down. Oh, first. There we go. Oh, beware, that's what it means. So, this is basically them going ballistic. Also, don't worry about my face. I haven't been outside the house in days. Girl, my mind is a mess. I bark like an aggressive dog, I'm angry. So basically what I'm going to hear is talking about how the output of this raw aggression they feel that was built up during Elevator. It doesn't with apathetic empathy. So it's people are trying to be apathetic, but it's clear they don't actually care. And Stray Kids like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm out. Adults have a lot of complaints about them. Their condition, their talk, their behavior. And it feels weird changing their position in front of them. I don't know what'll happen, but it'll keep barking. He'll keep up this aggression, and we'll see this aggression sort of refined over time, and then suddenly break out during side effects. But I've got a lot to say about side effects, so we'll touch on that later. So it doesn't care about reputation because it's bite and tear it apart. And I feel suffocated. This is just a very, very aggressive song in the industrial setting helps paint that picture. Have become a pile of books. So this is actually a lot more about the South Korean education system and how it is fucking crazy. To break this situation, thousands of push-ups are useless. They're saying it doesn't matter how much training it is, it's still bad. It's okay to stop me, tire me. Okay, I'm thirsty? I'm guessing that's supposed to be like thirsty for victory or something? But, what? We rolling. Keep growing, rolling until we completely go out of breath. Once again, they're willing to exhaust themselves for this. We're changing into monsters again. So, I don't think Stray Kids believe they are. So, I kind of forgot that YouTube was a little bit sketchy. It was a lot more like sketchy about live streams with content than videos. Hello, this is the part that wasn't live, which means no one else seen this before. They're feeling monsters and aggressiveness. They don't feel like they're evil like monsters, but others might see them that way. My anger won't be solved like a question with no answer. So questions with no answer will come back, as it's the central premise of the song Question, which I might cover just even though it is a street video. Yes, you can't stop this. They're just mad. So I'm not staying, please understand me. They don't feel like they're mentally set, but they want people to understand them, even though timeline is going to be what? That's not even art irritation. How much longer do I have to wander? So they're wondering, how long is it going to take to get free? Yeah, that's the title of the Untitled Laws. So you'll all answer me. They're fed up. So now we get to Young Wings, which is one of the few songs that they don't include the English version in their title. And Young Wings is all about this feeling of growing up. But first, we've got to appreciate T-posing. And like, not just normal standing around T-posing, this is like advanced T-posing. And this is a lot about wanting to be older, because it appears that oldness, being older, gives you authority. Like, I never watch the news, but now I watch them because I want to look like an adult. This is going to come around and be flipped once 19 shows up, which is going to be in a few videos from now. Look at Dress Shoes, Not Sneakers, they showed up. Also, look at that mood right here, where they're sort of, where it says nervous and anxious. They're all trying to hide behind their coat, and oh God, am I being adult enough? Am I being too adult? But they don't feel right about it. They want to be young. They don't feel like they can. And this is also, in general, related to the idea of adolescence. And being an adolescent is not being old enough to be an adult, but being too old to be a child. Clumsy, but I like the word beginning. So this is sort of like, I might be stuck now, but I'm gonna find my way. Sorry, Jacob, you become an adult? Yeah. And that sentiment right there, I'm afraid the day I'll be an adult will come. That is going to come up a lot more in 19. And the sort of a lot of this thing is things that will come up later. I don't get that reference, I'm not Korean enough. Wait. Okay, you don't stop just looking at nice things I'm wanting, because you want to just buy it. You're feeling that urge now, because it is almost within your grasp. So you're acting like an adult, but you don't really want to be one yet, and that's a very key insight to all this, which is why this song is such a dramatic tonal contrast with Grr. Responsibility I'll have to take is many times heavier than those books. That is one of the most important lines of the song, which is that school is tough, but life is tougher. And the realization of that fact is absolutely terrifying. If you are young enough to still be in high school, middle school, that should frighten you. I'm not ready yet, I'm 1% worried. This is the other name of the song, Spread My Wings. What do you not do anymore? Okay, so it's not, because it can't be about the news, because that's what you just said did it. But I think what it is that it's sort of like trying to be like growing out of old things. bad at everything. It's sort of like the clumsy, but it's a lot broader. But then it goes back to clumsy. Also, there's a lot of tilted shots. There's a helipad, which is probably what the H level actually is. Sort of huddled around. They play the backlick piano. I'm still not sure of the significance of that, but that is cool. And that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the format. Sorry for it all being a little bit rough around the edges, and especially with the cut forced by YouTube. But I hope you had a great time. 내 삶은 밑바닥 낭떠러지 어두운 터널 속을 걷고 있어 내게 잔이